Hi, next question is question 11 from Roger case study. Now on the screen you can see the data, and the first line it talks about the goal, okay, and the goal is the marriage goal of the children, and this has to be fulfilled or this has to be achieved using the PPF. So we need certain data to solve it. Okay, first we must know the children age, what is their current age. So current age of both the kids. Okay, next the age, the marriage age. So let me first put what are the things we required from the case. Okay, the PPF details, like what is the PPF outstanding balance, when it was open, or like when it is going to be matured. Okay, so all those things we need from the case. Okay, and then we have to fulfill the conditions what is given in the question. So first let's collect the preliminary data and then I'll proceed with the question. Okay, so mostly on the first page of the case you will find the age. Okay, and if you see the fourth line, the son age is 4 and a year-old daughter. Okay, so the first missing or the first variable we required we have here. Okay, next if I come to the assets, and here you can see the first note only. Okay, the first note is the PPF is open in December 2013 in the name of Roger, and the current balance is 4.9 lakhs. Now when we say current balance, it means the reference date, and the reference date of the case is 1st April 2019. Okay, and this was open in December 2013. Okay, next page is page number 2 where we can see the goals. And if you see the goal number 2, it is with the marriage expense of 10 lakh, which is the current cost for each child at their respective age of 25, and the cost escalation is 9%. So the inflation is given 9%. Okay, so we have to go with this 9% rather than considering the inflation, which is 4.5%. Okay, now this is the general economic inflation in general they have mentioned here, but with respect to the goal it is 9%. Okay, now let me again move to the question. Okay, so this is the question. Now let's input all the detail in the spreadsheet. Okay, so first I'll start with the PPF and then the marriage future value. Okay, now it was open in December 2013, so I'll just put December 2013. Okay, and always remember the PPF, the period, the financial year we considered is 1st April to 31st March of next year. Now since it is open in December, so definitely the year end will be 31st March of 14. Okay, so what I'll do is, for ease, I'll put here December 13 to 31st March 14. Okay, now this period is known as the 0th year, or the year in which the account is open. Okay, so I'll put today, I mean 0 represent the opening year. Okay, now next I'll start with 1st April 14. Okay, so the next day of 31st March 14 is the 1st April 14. Now this is the first year. Okay, and we know the PPF maturity is 15 years, but if we count the 0th also, it goes to the 16th. Fine, so I'll start with 1st April, then it is 1st April 15. Okay, but remember this 1st April 14, the starting year, it ends on, so I'll put 1st April 14 to 31st March 15. It's like this. The next day, which is the next day to the 31st March 15, is the 1st April 15, right? So again here the financial year is 1st April 15 to 31st March 16. Okay, and this is the second year. Okay, likewise the fundamental, I mean these are the characteristic or the properties of the PPF. So I'll take 15 years. Okay, and similarly I'll put the years also. Now remember these are the opening dates. Okay, 1st April 14, then 1st April 15. So let me complete this. Okay, and this is the 0th year. Now our case reference date is 1st April 19. Okay, so let me highlight this. 1st April 19, which is actually, if I count from 0, this is the 7th year. Otherwise normally if I count from the first, it is the 6th year. And as of now the balance given is 4,90,000. Okay, so what I have done is, what the data given I have just put or organized on the spreadsheet. Okay, next thing what is given is the age. Okay, and let me put the age now. Okay, so I'll put the son age. Let me first do for the son first, the son age, and he is the elder child. So as of now the age is 4. Okay, and this is our reference date, which is 1st April 19. Okay, next I'll take 5, and the marriage goal or the age is the age 25. So I'll take till 25. Okay, so I have considered till 25, that is the age when the marriage will happen. Okay, now you just focus on the row number 17, okay, which is our reference date. Okay, now let me again switch to the case and let's solve it. Okay, now what it is given that PPF account in the beginning of every financial year. Okay, so Roger will invest or deposit maximum permissible subscription. Okay, and as of now it is 1,50,000. So he will invest 1,50,000 in the beginning of every financial year and extend the account twice beyond initial maturity for a term of 5 years. And again, it is implied, we know that when the extension happen, the block is of 5 years. So one block is equal to 5 years. The third term of 5 years is continued without further contribution. Now the first 2 blocks or the first 10 years, he will make the contribution, but in the third one, in the third block, there will not be any contribution, and which is 1,50,000. Okay, so okay, now coming to the main point, Roger shall withdraw about 50% of accumulation for the marriage expense of Mark and the remaining for the marriage expense of Stephanie. What are the expected individual withdrawal and shortfall in meeting the marriage expense? Fine, so I'll move here. Okay, first let me do for the son. Okay, now the marriage cost is 10 lakhs and it is escalating, or the inflation is 9%, so it will grow at 9%. So let me find what is the future value. Okay, so there are 2 ways. One is if you're even on the calculator, if you're using, if you're using calculator, then you can press CMPD key and find the future value. Okay, you can use the FE function, you know well this thing, or otherwise the quick is I can go with the mathematical formula also, which is present value multiply with 1 plus 9% raised to, now the current age is 4 until 25, so it is like 25 minus 4 and it comes to 21 years. So I can better, on a safer side, I'll give the reference. So this is the future value of marriage cost. So that way we can calculate. So on the calculator it is CMPD, means find the future value, and on the spreadsheet again we can use the FE function. So either mathematical formula or you can go with directly. I'll just put here FE rate is 9%, NPER is 21, periodical payment is 0, and PV is minus 10 lakhs. Okay, and I'll close the parenthesis and we'll get the same value. Okay, now next thing, I'll come to the PPF. Okay, and what I'll do is, this is the initial maturity. Okay, and remember this is 1/4/28. Maturity is always at the end of the year. So this year I'll put 1st April 28 to 31st March 29. This is the initial or the original maturity of PPF. And as the case say that there will be extension, okay, for 3 blocks. Now let me put the blocks. Okay, so I'll go further. Okay, and for quick calculation this will be easy to understand. So 2 blocks means 10 years. So I'll start with 16 and 16 to 25. Okay, remember including 16 to 25 are 10 years. Okay, and further what I'll do is, so I'll take first block 1 2 3 4 5. Now this is the first block. Okay, I'll highlight this. So this is the first block. Okay, and let me put the dates also. Now remember these are the opening dates. Okay, that is 1st April. Okay, and this is first block, and I'll put this highlighted part is the first block, first extension, and the next one is 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, now this is the second block. Okay, so let me put here in a different color. So this is second block. Okay, and there is third block. There is more, in total there are 3 blocks. So 26 to 30. Okay, and this is the third block. Okay, and let me again take the years, and here I'll put third block. Okay, now I'm again going to the reference date, which is 1st April 19, and Roger will invest maximum permissible, okay, which is 1,50,000. Okay, he will deposit 1,50,000. So let me complete till the second block, and after that there will not be any contribution. Okay, so I'll put 0. Now what we have to do is we have to find what is the future value. Now this is annuity, right? 1,50,000 is annuity, and this 4,90,000 is a lump sum, which we call it the present value, and we can use the ready-made function. Okay, so if you are using calculator, you have to find the FV put 4,90,000 into the PV and 1,50,000 into the PMT and find the future value. Now remember, okay, again I'll put the dates here. Okay, so the marriage age is 25. Okay, and this block, okay, this block what we are seeing, which is 1st April 38, it ends on 31st March 2039. Okay, so we have to find what is the maturity value at this particular time period. Okay, you just see the highlighted part, that is what is the maturity value as on 31st March 39. And remember, he is investing 1,50,000 in the beginning. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll do in couple of ways. Okay, first, as I'm doing year wise calculation, with every year you can see there is a formula. I'll go with that approach first, and second is the shortcut which you can do on the calculator, as well as you can use the ready-made function of the spreadsheet. So let me add 4,90,000 plus 1,50,000, and on that the rate of interest. Okay, so let me check that what is the rate of interest on the PPF. And in the case on the second page, you can see on the second page it says the PPF or the EPFO. Okay, it is giving 7.75% per annum. Okay, so let me again put the formula, which is 4,90,000 plus 1,50,000 and multiply with 1 plus 7.75. Means in short, I have input the future value formula, which is your present value into 1 plus R, which is in our case 7.75%, and raised to number of year. Now I'll do, since I'm doing year wise, then I can put raised to 1. This is for that particular year. Next, again the previous balance plus 1,50,000 and multiply with again 1 plus 7.75% and raised to 1. Okay, that way we will get to know the future value on a year wise basis. And let me come down. Okay, now this is what I'm getting is 93,75,038. So this is the value. Okay, this is the value as on 31st March 39. So I'll shift up. Okay, so we have the future value. Now next, what it is not properly aligned here, but this what 23 we are seeing is the beginning of the block. Okay, you can see here 1st April 38. So this is the beginning of the block. Okay, so let me align it properly, and I'll go like this. Now it will be fine. Okay, now how it is working, just see 4,90,000 plus 1,50,000. Okay, of course the interest, always remember in the PPF the interest is always credited at the end of the year. So of course if 1st April 19 is the beginning, then surely the interest with the principal, it will get reflect on the in the next financial year, right? So I have to just push it down, and now it is perfect. So what the value we are getting is as on the age 24. Okay, and the marriage is at age 25, and if you see here there is no contribution. Okay, so what next we have to do, which is the critical part here, this I will grow without any contribution at 1 plus 7.75% for 1 year, raised to 1. Okay, and out of this, what the question says, that he will withdraw 50%. Okay, so in the case it says the fourth line, if you see, Roger shall withdraw about 50% of accumulation for the marriage expense of Mark and the remaining for the marriage expense of Stephanie. Fine. So he will withdraw 50%. So what I'll do is I'll do somewhere here. So from this 50% is withdrawn, so multiply with 50%. So it comes to 50 lakh 50,000 and 801. Okay, and the money required is 61 lakhs. Fine. So there is a shortfall. Now what is that shortfall? Now again, if I go with the option, okay, if you see the option, there is a shortfall, and the B1, if you see, Mark rupees 50.5 lakh, and let me calculate in percentage also. Sorry, it is, yeah, it is B option as of now. Let me see, let me confirm with the percentage. Okay, and I'll do here, what is the shortfall is, and divided by 61. Okay, and I'm getting 17, you can see negative. Fine. So that, I mean, it clearly indicates it's a shortfall. So it is minus 0.17. Okay, so B is, I mean, the first part is the B, and if you see, I mean, we have to work smartly in the exam. So if you see, the B first part is matching and all are unique. Like the first one is 51.5 and 16%, 52.3 and 14, all are unique. Now suppose, just think, like if A, the first part means the Mark part is same only, that is 50.5 and 17, but for Stephanie it will be a unique. I mean, if it is distinct, then you know, we have to go with the Stephanie also in the exam. Okay, otherwise, I mean, from this only we can get a hint that B is the correct option. Okay, so this is somewhat critical part what we have done. Okay, at this line. Okay, because remember, the PPF interest is always credited at the end of the year or the beginning of the next year. Okay, so this is how we have done for the Mark, and same way you have to do with the Stephanie also, same approach. Now, okay, now Stephanie, if I go with the Stephanie, the age is 1. So I'll put here, this is the son age. Okay, now what I'll do is, now since 50.50 lakh is withdrawn, what is remaining? Okay, so remaining will grow for Stephanie. So I'll take this column, that is for me the column is L, and as of now I'll put the age of daughter is 1, and same, like I have to take till the age 25. Till age 25. Okay, and the difference, I mean, the difference is of 3 years. Okay, now the cost is 10 lakhs. Okay, and what is the future value? So I'll just go quickly with the maths formula only. 1 plus 9%, and it is raised to 24, right? 25 minus 1, the current age is 1, right? So it is 24, and I'm getting 79 lakhs 11,083. So let's see what is the PPF in the extension. This is the third block, right? Remember, we are at third block. Now at age 25, the fund withdrawn. Okay, so what is left? And that part I'll do here. So from this 50% is withdrawn, and this will grow at 7.75 raised to 1, or even if I don't put raised to 1, it is one and the same thing. Okay, and if you see this line, okay, it becomes really easy on the spreadsheet. Otherwise, if we are doing on the calculator, then the best approach is make the timeline, draw the timeline, mark on it, and be careful with the age and the period. Okay, and what is the shortfall? Okay, so let me do it here. The money required is 79.11 lakhs, available is 63.18 lakhs, and the shortfall is 15.92 lakhs. Okay, so let me check in the option. Okay, so the B one, okay, we have concluded the B option, and you can see it is for Stephanie, the available PPF will be 63.2. Okay, so you can see here, if we go with the round up, so it will be 63.18 is 63.20, right? So that is correct. And in percentage, okay, so this is the shortfall, right? So it is our 63.18 minus 79 and divided by the 79. Now it is fine. So it comes to minus, that is a shortfall of 20.13%. So the B option, B is the correct one.